The Backrooms. You've been here before. Entity number 54. Grawlix. Habitat. Non-applicable. Indexed entity threat score. Danger 0. Intelligence B-. Description. Entity 54, referred to as Grawlix by Meg operatives, is an entity that manifests on solid surfaces as simple animate drawings. Image caption. Entity 54 in Level 22. Behaviors. Grawlix is a friendly yet mischievous being known to follow and play around with any wanderer who crosses its path. This entity does show genuine kindness when wanderers are in danger, trying to lead said wanderer to a safer area or level. Many claim that Entity 54 was vital in surviving dangerous situations, and that the entity showed signs of happiness when they were safe. Entity 54 often plays pranks and games on wanderers, much to some people's chagrin. Games Entity 54 will play include hide and seek, charades, and tag. The pranks Entity 54 usually plays are lighthearted and generally harmless. However, the entity seems to struggle to understand the limits of human endurance for its more risky pranks. Entity 54 enjoys interacting most with large groups of people, especially children, due to their willingness to play. When interacting with large groups, Entity 54 will often jump around excitedly and cheer. Entity 54 responds to a variety of names, some of which include Grawlix, used by Meg operatives, coined by Operative Lime, Scribble Pants, used by level 158 residents, especially OJU members. Kilroy, used by the originals in level 5. Mr. Lanky, see Discovery. Biology. Entity 54 manifests as a simple drawing of a cartoonish figure. These figures can vary wildly in appearance and medium. It appears that Entity 54 cannot manifest as complex drawings, as attempts by the entity seem to cause exhaustion and even pain from overexertion. Entity 54 can shift its form as it pleases within the parameters of a simple drawing. The entity can transfer from different solid surfaces as long as those surfaces touch each other. Entity 54 can shift rapidly between forms, changing its size, and even no-clip by entering a corner, usually appearing in a different section of the level it's currently on. Wanderers who've witnessed this no-clip describe it as Entity 54 shrinking into nothing, or how falling into a black hole might look. It often exaggerates its emotions to a comical degree, and, using comic lexicon, will further display its emotions. Some hypothesize that Entity 54 does this to make up for the fact that it cannot speak. Entity 54 is able to interact with any drawn object. It will be seen drinking and eating drawn food and tripping over and falling on graffiti, often smushing the graffiti in the process. Entity 54 is unable to interact with our dimension, either transferring onto the attempted manipulated surface or going underneath it. Discovery. The first recorded manifestation of Entity 54 was in a lot of level 11, often used by children in the level to play in. It took the form of a stickman that the children dubbed Mr. Lanky, who would then participate in games of tag, hide and seek, and intricate games of make-believe, often accentuated with chalk drawings made by the children. Entity 54 was brought to the attention of the Meg when a parent witnessed Entity 54 having a tea party with their child, and was seen moving and pouring make-believe tea. The following transcript is a short interview between Meg operative Layla Poppy Jackson and the previously mentioned child, whose parent has requested to keep anonymous. Image caption. Entity 54 as Mr. Lanky. Meg operative Poppy. Hello, Anonymous. Is it alright if I ask you a few questions about your friend Mr. Lanky? Interviewee. Okay, he's really funny and kind of weird and, Meg operative Poppy laughs. I see you're excited. Can you tell me how you met him? Interviewee. Mr. Linky just showed up one day. Craig got chalk from the mart. Footnote. Presumably from an outpost run by the Malt Mart group. Footnote added by operative Poppy. End footnote. So we started drawing. We all started making this really big spaceship with everything: a pool, some snacks, the engine. Those are important for stuff, Daddy says. And Mr. Linky came out of a crack in outer space. He started flailing around, since space is super dangerous, and Emily had to draw a room for him. Meg Operative Poppy. How fun. So he played with you guys? Interviewee. Yep. When we had to go home, he looked sad though, so I made him a tall glass house just like ours to live in. He was really happy. Beaming, I think. I hear Mommy calls smiles that. Meg Operative Poppy. How kind of you, Anonymous. Interviewee. Thanks. Meg Operative Poppy. Did you guys play with him after that? Interviewee. Yeah, of course. He likes to play hide and seek the most. So many cracks to hide in. Interviewee laughs. He always forgets his hat sticks out of the crack. Postscript. Considering Grawlix is able to hide in cracks in the wall completely, it's safe to say that it did this so it could be findable for the kids. It seemed to take notice of me interviewing these kids, or the kids told it about me. It waves to me on the wall whenever I pass by the general area, so I'd like to interview the entity directly, but I don't want to play a long game of charades to do so. Operative Poppy.